Hello everybody, NGS here and welcome back to Magia Record, Madoka Magica, Gaiden, or whatever the title might be. This episode is late on Patreon, a day late, and episode 1 is a day late on YouTube. For the one simple reason that I forgot. No, honestly, I forgot that Madoka Mondays are a thing again, and I had a very busy weekend, and I just slept through most of the Monday anyway. So there it is, a little bit of a delay, but it is here, and that's what matters, right? Okay, so what can we say about Madoka Magica Gaiden Magia Record so far? Kinda hard to tell, honestly. Kinda hard to tell still. I can definitely see the Madoka-ness and Magica-ness of it, absolutely. So far, it seems to be mostly just a Madoka Magica light, as I said in the first episode. The pacing, the general structure, the progression, the visuals even are much more mainstream, so to speak. The visuals are a little bit more, maybe not polished, but again, kind of more mainstream. Madoka Magic had that very like sketchy look to the characters, like they were actually, hand drawn in multiple strokes. In Magia Record, it's the line art is a little smoother. The whatchamacallit, not multimedia. The fuck, what's it called? Mixed media. The mixed media effects aren't as heavy, as pronounced. Again, the pacing, the fact that straight from episode 1 we are introduced into the whole mystery, something's fucky wacky, already starting with some fights, etc., etc., etc. It really seems in general as like Madoka Magica, but more casual. What happened in the first episode, though, because we will continue from there, so it's important to remember. In episode 1, we were introduced to a couple of characters. Iroha Tamaki, our main character, the pink-haired girl, not voiced by Aoyuki, but a pink-haired Mahou Shoujo regardless. Kuroe, who is another magical girl who operates in the same area. It's still unclear to me whether they are friends or just acquaintances, or is the event on the train the first time that Iroha meets Kuroe. I don't know. The first episode was very focused on the witchy and magical aspect rather than their school life and day-to-day life. There were bits and pieces of that, of course, but not to the level that Madoka presented, where we knew all of the main characters well before any of them became a Mahou Shoujo. Not the case here. And we also met Yachiyo Nanami, who protects a different district, a higher level district where harder to beat, more powerful witches reside, and she doesn't want anybody else there. She's alone, I believe, in that district, protecting it, and that district, that area has no Kyuubey assigned to it. Although there is a juvenile Kyuubey that Iroha met in that very district, but nobody else knows that such a juvenile Kyuubey even exists. So another bit of mystery. And of course the whole whatchamacallit, the whole plot kind of revolves around Kamihama City being that mystical place where you can like free yourself. Something's in my throat. I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice like gives out every now and then, and my beard I think is crooked. No, it's straight. Right, Kamihama City that supposedly can lift the curse of being a magical girl. This show explores, already explores some interesting topics. Whereas in mainline Madoka Magica, the wishes of the people we met were all fairly, substantial, right? I want a given person to be healthy again. I want my family to have something to eat. I want to save the world. I want to save my friend, right? Very like very up there dreams and wishes, right? Meanwhile, this show deals with wishes that are kind of wasted, right? Iroha wished for something, but she doesn't remember what it was. So now she has to fight witches. Now she has to be a magical girl, despite not even knowing what she gained from it. We have a character who became a magical girl in exchange for a wish to be a couple with someone, and since they've split, so again a wasted wish. Very, very interesting topic to explore, because I don't know if I mentioned it during the original Madoka Magica, but it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic. Wishes that are not, lofty, so to speak. Wishes can be anything, as we've learned. They only depend on your innate power or whatever it is. But the wish can be just as well, I want a bag of chips right now. And in exchange for that, I'm giving myself into servitude to Kyuubey, to the cycle, or whatever else. So, yeah, already exploring interesting topics. Although Iroha did remember her wish eventually, that wish being saving her sister, we assume. We can infer that her sister was sickly or sick with something, and Iroha's wish was essentially make my sister healthy again, save her, and that somehow, for some reason, caused her sister to not just disappear, but be wiped out of reality. She disappeared from photos, she disappeared from memories, she disappeared from existence, even her belongings, everything about her disappeared. Kinda reminiscent of how Madoka disappeared from everybody's memories and world, right, when she became a god. Kind of sort of similar. But we don't know why, because the wish was for her to get better, and Kyuubeys don't really do that like genie's wish kind of deal. They are fair, all things considered, and we don't know why would Iroha forget making that wish, and why would she remember it when contacted with the juvenile Kyuubey. Mysteries upon mysteries upon mysteries, and very few answers. Very few answers. From the list of characters that we went through, we know that the list of characters is vast. That's a lot of magical girls, a metric fuck ton of them. I got a little bit spoiled. I guess that the main cast will be making a return, but I don't know how. I don't know why. Maybe they're just force ghosts. Maybe they come in to help. Maybe they are just somewhere in the background. I've no clue. Some of them don't even have VAs listed, so perhaps not even spoken roles. Maybe just some, ghosts placing their hand on Iroha's shoulder in the time of need and smiling, and that pushes Iroha forward. Or, something like that. I don't know. All I know is plenty of mysteries awaiting us. Plenty of Madoka fuckery, and episode 2 is ahead of us. So how about we stop wasting time and watch it? How does that sound, huh? To watch it, of course, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm going to need my sound to hear what's going on in the show, and I'm gonna have to ask you guys for your support. Support the channel monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, cost you nothing, helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching Madoka Magica Gaiden Magia Record in 3, 2, 1, go. Episode 2. Forgot to mention that. But I said it at the very beginning, so that should suffice. Iroha's sister, I assume. Iroha's parents moving out. Maybe. Iroha's parents did move out. Oh, Iroha visiting her sister at a hospital. Hello, Kyuubey. What did you do? White bed sheets, and just Iroha emerges. Without her sister. Yeah, that was the wish. What? Oh, oh, yeah, you can see that a little bit, like this weird text in the subs. What the fuck is wrong with the subs? Okay, I turned on a secondary subtitle track with supposedly songs, but I guess it's not a song track, it's just random letters track. Sure. And I forgot to pay attention to the opening because this is the first time we see it. I don't know. Did we not see it as an ending? I think we did because I remember those scenes. I wonder if Iroha and Ui somehow merged into a single person. Just, just a wild guess. I mean, everything points towards her existing. The lack of her existence proves her existence, kinda. Yeah. Yeah, kinda like the way Facebook tracks you. Even if you're not on Facebook, there's a U-shaped hole in Facebook's data. Yeah. And yet, okay, what's gonna go tits up? That's gonna go tits up. Everybody turning into thralls, I guess. Huh? I mean, yes, a witch, but a witch sucking people into the witch world? I guess. That's the Madoka I know and love. The style, that is. Hello, Rebecca. Oh? The Fire Witch. Yep, here comes the red one. We have the pink one, we have the black one. Now we have the red one. And who to the rescue? The yellow one to the rescue. Okay. Well, thankfully this world is solved. That's a cool looking sword. And some great music. And the blue one. But the light blue one. We've already met the dark blue one. Combo attack. That's something that I believe appeared only in Madoka movie. Combo attacks. Teal 1 with the shield. No. Yes. Maybe. Coordinator. Who the fuck is coordinator? That vaguely sounds like Kyuubey. Okay, so Kamihama doesn't have a Kyuubey, it has a coordinator. Okay. Not from Kamihama. Yeah. We have our resident tsundere. I wonder why. Oh, is that like a thing that points to where the witch appears? Yeah. Question is, was she erased from medical records as well? She's been erased from photos, so you'd assume she would be erased from documentation as well, right? Okay. She's gonna be the first one to die, isn't she? uh Chain Witch. Oh, so it's not like there's a witch invasion going on right now, so might as well just help her out, right? Kaede, Momoko, and Rena. And Iroha. Also, is it just me, or do all of the characters so far, uh, besides Yachiyo, are like very young, younger than in Magica, in Madoka Magica at least? Like maybe not primary school, but like, you know, Ghost Burger. Why are you angry suddenly? What's your problem all of a sudden? What? Oh, she can shapeshift. Okay. Was that her wish, or did she use her Mahou Shoujo powers? Okay, so Mahou Shoujo powers. Is it? You just did it very casually not long ago. Exactly. Right now. I mean, true. Yeah, it's like memories and whatnot. Exactly. Oh, that stings in turn. They know where to hit. And the team is falling apart. Or maybe not for long. Okay. That's their dynamic. Friend campaign. How topical. Share with your friends. I mean, you clearly need a babysitter. Okay, is one of them going to die right now? I mean, you were just trying to help, like, legitimately. You weren't trying to fan the flames. I don't suppose so. Or maybe. Okay, that kind of a urban legend. One of the school mysteries or whatever, right? Okay, so there is something to it. Interesting. Please don't tell me either the blue one or the red one will do it. Please don't tell me it's going to happen. Please don't tell me she fucking disappeared and has actually been snatched by the chain monster. Whomst. Oh? Yeah, one of the keychains that... She doesn't look like Rena. Oh, shape-shifting. Of course. Oh, is she running away because she wrote the names on the staircase and doesn't want anybody to be snatched by the monster? So now she has to forever remain, you know, conflicted with the other. Okay, who's gonna get snatched? Yep, here come the chains. What a stupid fucking move. Like, honestly, even... they, like, know magic is a thing and that people have disappeared who have their names on the staircase and whatnot. Why the fuck would either of them put their names there? Even if you were like absolutely certain you're never going to be friends again, why risk it? Why risk it? This is just a dumb fucking move. Like, we exist in a world without magic, right? And it's reasonably proven, or rather proven through absence, but whatever. If someone told me that if I were to, I know, take this finger piano or whatever it's called and carved the name of someone, and if that someone talked to me, then I would fall dead. If I were to carve the name, like, I wouldn't carve the name of fucking, I don't know, Keanu Reeves in it. I'm reasonably certain I'll never get to talk to him. But on the off chance it fucking happens, I'd rather be alive. Right? And I know that it probably wouldn't do shit, but I still wouldn't do it. And those motherfuckers live in a world with magic. They live in a world where it can reasonably fucking happen. The disappearance and whatnot. This is just fucking stupid at play. It's not a mistake, it's not a danger, it's just motherfuckers being stupid. Okay. I guess it gives us some drama and whatnot, but still, through motherfuckers being stupid, not through any other reason. Let's watch it again. Let's see it again. I said it during the last episode of Helk that I really don't like the comedy of stupid, the comedy of mistakes. Right? Oh ho ho, character is stupid, so they threw the key to the cell into a fire because whoopsie doodles, they are stupid like that. I fucking hate this kind of a comedy, and I fucking hate this kind of a drama. I fucking hate most romance shows because most drama in most romance shows is just people being fucking idiots. The example I give the most often, and you are perhaps sick of it at this point, but so am I. One character seeing another with a girl seeing a boy with a girl, another girl at a shopping mall, and the girl is instantly like, oh, he's cheating on me, that fucker, I'm breaking up with him. And then 12 episodes in, it turns out that it was his sister. Right? I fucking hate it. And in this case, it's also issues, it's also drama because of one character being a fucking idiot. Really. Honestly. I need to vent some more, I'm sorry. I need to vent some more about it, but it really feels so unjustified to me that they had one little spat, one of many, from what we've heard, one of many. They've broken their friendship many times already, and they've reconciled many times already, and everybody knows it. And now, one of them goes to the fucking magical staircase to carve out their names so that a magical monster might snatch one of them away should they apologize. And we know that 6 people did it. 6, and 3 of them fucking disappeared. Why would you risk it? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, okay, regular students who know nothing about the witch world, who know nothing about magic, right? Bob and Bobita, they had a little bit of a spat. Bobita cheated on Bob, so Bob carves their names into the staircase because, oh, sure, it's an urban legend, but it's a symbol, and now that she sees that I carved those names there, she knows that we're over with. You know, this kind of way. But they know that this staircase might actually have some power, that there is some actual effect. And she still did it. Why? Why? I'm done. Let's continue. Iroha and Ui, and the wish is still remains cure Ui. Nothing more. At least not that we hear. Maybe there was something more, but we haven't heard it, but maybe there wasn't. Who's to say? Yeah, did you really have that sister? And this is actually a good point that Kyuubey makes. Incubators remain that, like, fully logical race. I like it. I really do. that they didn't change Kyuubeys to be like plotting, mustache twirling villains. They remain the cold, analytical, logical species so far. And of course, the logical conclusion, the logical thing you can come up with is that it's much more probable that a magical girl with a medium amount of power made a wish to plant false memories in Iroha. It's much more plausible because there's much more witches out there who have this amount of karmic power, enough karmic power to make a wish like that. There's much fewer witches with enough karmic power to erase someone from existence, so it is less probable. Makes perfect sense. I like it. And yeah, what reason would there be to erase Yachiyo Tamaki? Conversely, what possible reason could there be to plant false memories in Iroha Tamaki? It would be one thing if Iroha had a sister but remembered having a different sister, because maybe someone really wanted to be Iroha's sister, so Iroha didn't have any siblings, maybe, right? And so that one girl really wanted to be Iroha's sister, so she made a wish to become Iroha's sister, and she did. And Iroha's parents' memories were rewritten. Iroha's memories were rewritten. All the photos were rewritten for that new character to show up there, right? That is kind of reasonable. But erasing Iroha's sister just like that? Who? Whoever did it, though, well, one theory that is leading so far in my mind is that Ui erased herself because she heard what Iroha did, and Ui decided that, no, Iroha, what have you done? You gave yourself in servitude to forever be a magical girl for my sake. I'd rather have never been born. And she made that wish, except it couldn't override another wish. So Ui disappeared, she was wiped out from existence, but another wish could not have been changed or erased. I really think this is the case, but for the sake of argument, we can assume that it was someone else who wished for Ui to disappear. Maybe someone got jealous of her, maybe, I don't know, a plethora of other reasons. That someone is a magical girl now. Which creates a very interesting situation where the quote-unquote villain of the show, or the antagonist, at least to Iroha, will be a fellow magical girl. Right? Perhaps it would be one of the girls that we've already met. Maybe Yachiyo, maybe Tsuruno, maybe, who else is there that we've met? Kaede, sorry, we haven't met Tsuruno, have we? We met Kaede, Momoko, right? Maybe one of them, or maybe one of the characters we haven't met. Alina, Mel, Kaede we've met, Sana, Mifuyu, maybe, right? And this will introduce a very interesting bit of tension, because maybe they and Iroha would fight together, hand in hand, comrades in arms, fighting against the witch, and then it turns out that Iroha's newfound friend, newfound ally, was the one who made the wish for Ui to disappear. Drama. Potential. I like it. I still think I like the theory, or rather, the theory with Ui wishing herself out of existence is a little bit more plausible. We'll see. There's a hole in my heart where I know she should be. Yeah, and besides, half of her room is unfurnished. If the sister never existed, why would that room not be furnished? There's clearly a person missing from the photos. If she never existed, why would Iroha be posing like that with nobody to fill the void? Right? So, yeah, the hole left behind Ui is a proof for her existence. As I said, the same case with Facebook gathering data. The fact that you don't have an account on Facebook or Instagram or any other thing that Facebook runs doesn't mean Facebook doesn't know you. There exists a U-shaped hole. Believe you me. Every website that has that like Facebook like button or Facebook share button or Facebook analytics or something like that, it gathers data on you. It doesn't have your profile on Facebook because it doesn't exist, but it can assemble the data, right? That you visited a fishing store, so you're probably into fishing. You visited the website of a local pizzeria in Boston, so you probably live in Boston or at least traveled there, right? It can create a U-shaped hole. That's a digression there. Let's continue. And yeah, good thinking. Going to the hospital will not hurt, for sure. Maybe she will find something, maybe she won't, but it's, at worst, it's gonna be a net, not net negative, not net positive, net neutral. At worst. Well, we know that it can turn even worse because the witch attack and whatnot, but as far as finding information of her sister goes, at worst, net neutral. Mizuna Shrine Hunt. If you collect all the stamps, you'll find the perfect place to confess your true feelings. This is interesting. People growing those like cysts that drive them towards the witch. Those are protractors, they're called, I think. Something like that. And the witch world we know and love. The aesthetic, of course. We meet Kaede Akino, and I can see that her profile picture on Mal comes from the gacha because it has a very distinct art style. Is this what the gacha game was based on, or does it go the other way around? Let me know in the comments. Some fighting, and here appears a knight in shining armor. Well, not quite armor, but a knight with a shining sword. And an amazing music track plays. Madoka really has some great music. I love it. And Magia Record is no exemption. And just like that, the witch has been dispatched. Off screen, though. They have a base of operations with some weird thing in front. Is this like a room behind a clock face? Is it like a clock tower? And this is a clock face, and they have their little place behind that? Possibly. I like how this space looks completely, weird. This is kind of a theme with Madoka Magica as well, that even the spaces are weird, and I'm not even talking about Witch World. right? Madoka's house with the metric fuckton of chairs, with the overly spacious bathroom. In this world, we have that weird round classroom. We have this with a random bed, some random, I don't know, astrological devices, astronomical devices, a photocopier, couple of random plants, right? It's not coherent, it doesn't fit fully. I like it. I really like this aesthetic. Witches here are stronger, of course. And I assume, since they don't have a Kyuubey to notify them about the appearance of witches, this is what they utilize: a crystal pendulum, and it stops pointing towards some area in the city. It's a port city. That might be relevant, or might not. We'll see. And they call this place what? Coordinator. Or rather, a person is a coordinator. This is their hideout. Who is coordinator? Not Kyuubey, because they would have said Kyuubey. A magical girl with more tenure? Yachiyo? Could Yachiyo be the coordinator? Or could it be the juvenile Kyuubey? Perhaps it doesn't know it's a Kyuubey, so they just call it a coordinator. Do they even know what is a Kyuubey? They must, because they forged a contract, unless they forged the contract with the coordinator, not with the Kyuubey. But I'm kind of reaching there, so let's not. And yeah, I'm certain I used to have a little sister. She's very angry. She's very pissed. She's very... I don't know. Okay, so she was the most skeptical about the rumor of the Chain Witch. So I guess that might explain why she would actually do that. Because she would think, oh, it's just a stupid superstition. It doesn't actually do anything. So she would do it. Maybe also a little bit in spite, right? Oh, those idiots believe in the Chain Witch. I don't, so I'm gonna spite them. I'm gonna scare them and do that. I guess maybe it can explain what she did a little bit. Chain Witch. We've been trying to track it down, so at least I can take a little bit of solace, a little bit of copium and hopium, rather, that they deem themselves able to defeat that witch. That's what I gather, right? So, assuming Toka? No, sorry, Kaede. So many of them are so similar. Or is it Tsuruno? The red one. So even if the red one gets pulled in by the Chain Witch, I assume they would have enough combat strength to save her. I assume and I hope. Here we have a little bit that, oh, they wear the same mascot on their bag. A little bit of foreshadowing, kind of, sorta. Okay, we're getting their names. Rena. Momoko. Okay, Momoko. And the red one? Kaede. Okay, so this is Kaede. Very similar to Tsuruno and Toka. And Manaka. But no, it's Kaede. Gotcha. Hospital. I love Madoka Magica aesthetic. I fucking love solar punk. I love it. I love solar punk. More, please. There isn't enough solar punk in the world. Over the weekend, as I said, I was on a. It's kind of a convention, kind of a Renaissance fair, kind of a conference, kind of like mixed bag. There were like lectures and talks and workshops about world building, about, I don't know, the role of bread and dough in the beliefs of early Slavic religions, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. Some Star Trek panels, some Star Wars panels, etc., etc. There was a panel about architecture, about like fantasy architecture, not fantasy architecture, but rather comic book architecture that kind of sort of partially made it to the real world. Some architects went on to make comics, and some comic artists went on to become architects and actually design buildings and rooms and stuff like that. It's really interesting to see how close being an architect and being a comic book artist are actually tied. And there were some examples of buildings like that, of solar punk, and people don't know it. People don't fucking know what solar punk is. Because there was another panel, it was kind of a workshop, kind of a discussion panel with the audience, kind of a lecture, where we were collectively, the entire room, and the guy leading the whole thing were making a city, and we were picking a setting and architecture and stuff like that. And when there came time to pick a type of a city, a setting or whatever, I threw a solar punk. Nobody knew what the fuck it is. Not even the guy on stage. And I thought he was like a renowned fucking world builder, and he doesn't know what the fuck solar punk is. Do I need to do it? Honest question. Do I need to write like solarpunk short stories? Do I need to learn how to fucking draw to create solarpunk art and design solarpunk buildings? Do I need to go study fucking architecture to do that? Because I will. I absolutely will. Perhaps not, but more people should know about solarpunk, that's my point, and Madoka Magica is amazing about it. It's a standard, modern, glass and steel, skyscraper-ish looking building, but lots of glass, lots of natural light. It's overgrown with some vines and whatnot. Every single roof on this building houses a garden. It's placed in a park. I love it. More. Okay, I'm done. Let's continue. Interesting that they have robots now. I don't think robots like that existed in the original Madoka. Also, this is great. This like classical sculpture right in the middle. Another great accent. Very often when things are made to be modern, they go very much into minimalism, even even brutalism at times, where there is just fucking nothing, just mirrors and white tile. This Madoka Magica again does something interesting with the decor, with the architecture, that it's not sterile. There is like big fuck of classical sculpture, because why would there not be? It looks pretty, so it's there. It's not an abstract whatever, it's an actual thing. That's great, again. Yeah, classical QWERTY keyboard, it seems. No records of anyone by that name at all, which was honestly to be expected. That we will not exist. She was erased from existence, after all, from photos, so let alone from documentation. Fresh and tasty. Gosh burger. I know this. What does gosh mean? Oh, unsophisticated and socially awkward. Perfect place for our heroes. Your Momoko? No, not quite. I like that this is how they introduced her shape-shifting ability, so that it doesn't like jump at us completely out of nowhere. Right? It doesn't just appear randomly in a conversation. Oh, by the way, Rena can shapeshift and it's gonna be useful now. Kind of like pulling powers out of their asses. It's presented to us earlier, out of context, out of use, out of, without any necessity for that, so that we can, stick with that idea for a little bit, and it can, it has the time to settle the fact that she can, transform. This is interesting. Those stickers kinda like reference what's going on right now. I hate them, disgusting. I do want to be spoken to, I'm assuming. So classic tsundere, of course. And of course, yeah, tsundere, very angry, very easy to anger, rather, kind of petty, selfish, yeah, kind of, sorta. And this whole argument was really blown out of proportion. Also, yeah, like, completely blown out of proportion. Right? Like, she's suddenly jumping in with, oh, your wish is fucking stupid. Meanwhile, Kaede only asked about, hey, why don't you, like, help her? You can't do that. Why don't you do that? You're kind of selfish. You're kind of an ass. Like, you're having an argument with your friend. You say, hey, yo, it was kind of a dick move of you, and your friend says, I hope your mother fucking dies. Like, kind of, not a proportional response, They're just arguing about, hey, you should help her. You're an asshole if you don't. And she's suddenly, well, your wish is fucking dumb, protecting your family garden. Fuck your garden. Fuck your family. Fuck you. Like, why? Why be this aggravated? Forgot what I just said now. It was just a slip of the tongue. Oh, they're like true feelings? My wish. An important thing. And yeah, she, of course, throws a curveball. That's why you can't make any friends at school. And that's a pain point for her. I'm done being your friend. No, I'm done being your friend. You can't be done being my friends if we're not friends already. I was done being your friend 5 minutes ago. You crossed the line too. I know. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. 3 heads are better than 1 to encourage. Share with your friends. Friend campaign. Chain monster will come to kidnap you. And that broke the camel's back, apparently. Stop acting like you're my babysitter and saying all that nonsense. I mean, you kinda need a handler, honestly. But this is another, like, weird thing. She knows she fucked up. She realizes that. And it's fairly common, honestly. We have an argument with someone, and later on, like, we realize that we fucked up. They realize they fucked up. It happens. You say different things in the spur of a moment. You do different things when angry. We know that. But now that the emotions are down, she realizes she did wrong. So it's really weird that she would write the names on the staircase. Yeah, Staircase of Severance. Fourth floor to the roof. If you write your name on the 6th step, and the name of the person you want to break up with on the 7th, yeah, it's proof. And who gets chained? Oh, whoever apologizes. Okay, so not the person who wrote the words or the person who or the other person, but the one who apologizes. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, it's still weird to me that Rena, because I assume it was Rena who did it, that Rena would write their names on the staircase. On one hand, I can kind of sort of see it because she doesn't see the threat of the chain monster as real, despite there being evidence for it being real. But on the other hand, she knows she fucked up. She realizes that she was in the wrong, at least partially. So why sever their friendship? If she knows that she fucked up, so she knows that she just needs to apologize and everything will be fine again, because it happened so many times already. So why would she do that? Again, question. Yeah, I've got nothing. Because it would be a different thing if she were to do that, like, in the heat of a moment. Right? Things got heated, and they were perhaps already in the school, so she ran away, ran for the staircase, and quickly scribbled the names. See, I'm not your friend anymore! Right? It would be a different thing, but here, everyone had a chance to calm down. Everyone had a chance to realize they fucked up, at least in part. She had to, like, explicitly and willingly go to that school, go to that staircase, write their names on it, after she has presumably already calmed down. Kinda odd, not gonna lie. Of the 6 people whose names are written on the Staircase of Severance, 3 of them have disappeared. And why do we cut to Yachiyo, I wonder? Her friend disappeared? Her friend was one of the ones who disappeared? Perhaps that's why she created that abrasive persona. Maybe. Another good thing about that event, very cheap books. They normally cost like much more because the distributors and all those sorts of people take their cut. But by going there, you can buy those books directly from the authors and even get their autographs and dedications and whatnot. So, a very cool thing. Highly recommend if there is an event like that in your area. Go check it out. It's fun. Yachiyo's friend. Yachiyo's friend got eaten by the chain witch. That's why she avoids friends now. Okay. Because if you don't have friends, there's no friendship to be severed, right? Three have disappeared. And now we see this staircase. And it is Kaede who sees it. Wait. I don't think it was Kaede who wrote their names. If she did, she wouldn't run to apologize. Had to have been Rena. Could Kaede have seen Rena's writing on the staircase already? Maybe. And decided to apologize despite that. Her friendship, their friendship, was much more important to her than the prospect of being snatched by a witch. That would be my interpretation, at least. Chuo Luplan. Oh, I thought those might be some interesting writing, but no. She hasn't been home since that fight. She went to the arcade. And she can be very easily spotted by the accessories on her bag. Initially, I thought that, oh, something's fucky-wacky going on. It's not her. Maybe she made another wish, you know, randomly. And because of that wish, she got transformed and her memory was wiped. Or maybe someone stole her bag, or maybe she threw that bag away and someone else picked it up, or, you know, stuff like that. But I forgot that she can transform. And we already see the chains. Kaede apologizes, of course. Rena doesn't want to take that apology, which makes me believe that Rena knows about the staircase, so it had to have been Rena who did it. She's purposefully being distant because she doesn't want Kaede to be pulled into the staircase by the chain witch. Perhaps she even realizes her fuck up, that, oh no, I completely fucked my friend over by being a stupid bitch. Here come the chain monsters. You were the one who ended it. You wrote your name, so yeah, we have a direct confirmation it was Rena. And Kaede cannot see them, only Rena can. So yeah, it was Rena. Yeah, all of the grievances she had. It is what you're thinking. I'm sorry, but it is, and you showed that. And Kaede gets pulled in by the chains. Minami, Rena, and we have another direct confirmation that it was Rena who wrote their names there. Which really, like, begs the question, why? And this is Yachiyo. She's very prominent in the ending. The entire ending is about her. I wonder why. What's so special about her? I don't know. Why did you blink, OBS? Okay, that's good. Cable. There we go. So, that was loud and painful. So, that was episode 2 of Magia Record, and I'm not sure what more can I say about it. I always say, don't I? And then I spend like 20 more minutes talking about it, right? The pacing seems very fast. Madoka Magica, the main series, was really good about introducing characters and concepts and everything very slowly. Despite being 12 episodes, pacing was fairly slow, and yet, still, they managed to fit everything perfectly in those 12 episodes. Pacing in this show is much faster. I don't want to call it rushed, because it isn't, but it certainly isn't that methodical, slow introduction, one character at a time, one concept at a time, but rather we are bombarded with multiple things per episode. In this episode alone, we were introduced to 3 new characters, to another new concept, to another new enemy. So it was a lot. It was a lot, honestly. I haven't grown to care about any of those new characters quite yet. I mean, I have that like very basic form of care. I don't want anything bad to happen to them because they seem like nice people. That like, very generic sort of care. The way where you don't really want anything bad to happen to people you see on the sidewalk, but you don't really care all that much about them. Right? That kind of a level of care. So I wonder if one of them dies here, because it's a great opportunity to kill one of the characters, I fear it might not have a lot of impact. Every single death in Madoka Magica was impactful. Terribly, horribly so. If they decide to kill off a character here, a character whose name I have to consult the list of characters to remember, it's not going to be that impactful. Also, I'm not entirely sure about following multiple threads, multiple mysteries at once. In case of Madoka, the original show, we had like one thread that kind of changed every now and then, because first it was a mystery A, then something was revealed, so oh no, mystery A is no longer a mystery, we are actually thinking about mystery B now, and we continue with that. In this case, we have the mystery of the juvenile Kyuubey, the mystery of Kamihama City, the mystery of Iroha's sister missing, the mystery of the chain monster. Right, we have all sorts of things already occupying our minds. There's a lot going on. I guess that's how I can sum it up. With Madoka, there were episodes that could be just summed up by Madoka and Homura talking, and Mami kills a witch, and that would be pretty much a description of an episode. In this case, there's really a lot going on, and I wonder if, I hope that it will, but I wonder if it will converge at some point. It probably will. That the juvenile Kyuubey is somehow connected to Kamihama City, and Kamihama City is somehow connected to his disappearance, and everything will converge beautifully. But it's going to take time. To not be entirely negative, though, I like how heavily this show leans into the mystery. Because the fact that there is so many mysterious things going on, sure, it can be a downside, absolutely, but it's also an upside, right? A lot of things are going on. I have stuff to theorize. Comparatively, Madoka Magica doesn't really take that much space in my notebook. Like it's just this. It's just this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 notes on the topic. This show already has in episode 2 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 theories. It's much denser. And I always like thinking about things. I always like wondering. But because of the denseness, of course, the pacing suffers a little bit. And we're going back to the negatives. Anything purely strictly positive to say about this one particular episode, I wonder. Let me go through it again, little by little. Right, I love how I already said it in episode 1, but I love how this show is clearly set in the Madoka Magica universe, but doesn't parrot it, doesn't duplicate it. There were certain rules established in Madoka Magica. This show breaks them or bends them. The rule seems to have been that every district has a Kyuubey who points, there's a witch, there's a witch, there's a witch, go kill them. In here, we have a district without a Kyuubey. In Madoka Magica, it was established that Kyuubeys are, just pretty much, I don't know if they are artificial beings, but kind of, sorta. They don't, age, they don't have the concept of that. In this show, we already have a juvenile. This show explores concepts that Madoka Magica didn't. The concept of a banal wish that is kind of wasted. It explores the concept of wish interactions. Can you wish someone else's wish to change? Can you wish someone else to no longer be a magical girl? Can you wish yourself to be immune to that? Questions like that. I really like it. It's not just retreading Madoka Magica. It's not just telling us another story in the same exact universe. It expands on it. It really does. The concept of the coordinator and a hideout, a common hideout, which is not something that we had in Madoka Magica. Everybody was on their own. Sometimes there was a meeting at Mami's house. Later on, sometimes there was a meeting at Homura's place. There was no, base of operations. Now, we don't know how long this base of operations will remain, but so far we have it. And it's interesting. It really goes all sorts of different directions, and I really like the originality of it. I wonder whether we will have the first death in the next episode or not. I hope not. I hope they will delay the first death a little bit for it to be more impactful, because it's too early for me to care yet. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the topic. I don't want to keep spinning in circles, retreading the same talking points. So I'm just gonna end it here. You guys, you tell me, what do you have to say? What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? Down in the comments below. No spoilers, please. If you do want to talk spoilers, Discord here also in the description. You can join it, it's free, open. You can talk spoilers to your heart's content. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Madoka Magica Gaiden and Magia Record, but also Helk, Zom 100, Atelier Raiza, Undead Girl Murder Farce, Nanatsu no Makengashi Haisuru, and Ancient Magus Bride, and others coming at you in the future. I also stream sometimes, so you might want to click the bell icon to be notified of when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's the list of my wonderful Patreons: Kyuubey without a net, Fruit, Yangeju, Deuteriscurium, MZ, Rainer, Akamancer, Marsh, Fussel, Dr. Watt, Yuki, Ala, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without the need to inscribe your names on staircases.